All right, guys. Of course, you know what we're going to be talking about. The Ray cum farts on the screen. That's okay, sir. So we still love you. Well, I'm glad that y'all still have a mild tolerance for my shenanigans, considering the amount of silliness that I've put every single one of you through over the last God knows how long. Jeez. But before we talk about Ray, because we do have to talk about Ray, but before we talk about him,
Scientist says that what is happening isn't a sign of the last.
How did it automatically play? What? How did it automatically? I brought up fan art, and it automatically played Ray. Does bringing up fan art make Ray Comfort appear? Is that what happens? Oh God, I should have kept the fan art section at the end of videos. Oh dear. Now that I know that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Anyway. This is the fan art section before we get into the madness of today. This is from Barry the Frog Fairy. They said it's from 2019. Thought they have an image of it colored and inked, but they could only find the sketch. I don't even know if the VTuber model existed yet. No, it didn't actually. I drew this, but better late sharing than never. I think I'll update the image to my current style and detail level, though. Maybe a more dynamic pose. I had only just started branching into more dynamic poses and props when I drew this. Well, Barry the Frog Fairy, thank you very much for the fan art submission. If y'all want your fan art to be shown in a future video, the best way to do so is to drop it into the fan art section of the Discord. With that said, again, thank you all, and I am ridiculously privileged to have the community that I do, especially with all of the skilled artists that are in my community. But with all that said, let's go ahead and get right into talking about Ray. This time intentionally and not with autoplay.
Scientist says that what is happening isn't a sign of the last days.
Okay, I love the beginning of this. A scientist says, okay, which scientist? That what is happening? Okay, but what is happening, Ray? We're in 2 levels of vague already. Dawn, hello, hi, what? Don, for $50, says, so for the first time catching a live one, I've been watching you for a few years. You're an awesome person. I just wanted to say, what is your favorite Sonic game? Also, I once named a shiny Vaporeon after you. Oh, cool. My favorite Pokemon is Shiny Scizor. Oh, I don't have a policy for super chats after videos yet, so that thank you for the $50. Holy shit. But my favorite Sonic game is Adventure 2. I know I'm a 31-year-old dude, and I grew up in the early 2000s, so of course Adventure 2 is like super high up on my list, but it has to be. It is that game. It is that formative experience for me. Anyway, yeah, $50 is a lot. That is a hell of a lot.
We know that it is. If you want to split any church right down the middle, tell them about your own personal interpretation of Bible.
What the fuck was that editing? Hold on, we need to go back to that.
Church right down the middle, tell them about your own personal interpretation of Bible prophecy. But
holy crap. Holy crap. That editing makes me feel weird.
Despite the controversy of what will happen when there are certain signs that are becoming so evident, it's undeniable. One of them is very specific. Jesus said it would happen just before his second coming.
Okay.
Directly after talking about this sign, he said, "Then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory."
Well, that's kind of gross. I don't want to see the son of anybody coming, but, you know.
And he'll be seen by every person. Behold, he's coming with clouds, and every eye will see him.
Okay.
This particular sign that Jesus said would be evident right before his coming must have been a mystery to Bible scholars of the past. But now it makes sense because of the progress of modern science.
What?
Listen to scripture. And there will be signs in the sun. How can there be signs in the sun? In a science article on Vox.com titled, "The sun's poles are about to flip. It's awesome and slightly terrifying," a scientist explains why it's slightly terrifying.
Okay.
Every 11 or so years, the sun undergoes an epic transformation. Its magnetic pole...
Wait, hold on. So this has been happening every 11 or so years, ostensibly for the last 2, 3, 4, 5,000 years. That means that before Jesus ever came down to Earth, it was a sign of the last days. It had to be a sign of the last days years and years and years before Jesus ever even came onto the Earth, according to the Bible. That means that this isn't a sign of anything. It's literally just the sun going through a cycle, not a sign. But okay, let's just continue.
Poles reverse. The sun's poles last reversed in 2013. So we're just about due, likely starting sometime this year. Then he said why it's slightly terrifying. Of particular concern are the coronal mass ejections. These are explosions that hurl charged matter like shotgun shot across the solar system. They have the ability to disrupt communication satellites in space, of which there are an ever-increasing number. But then the scientist says something that's very interesting. The solar pole...
Can he... So I have a question. Why does he keep saying the scientist, the scientist, the scientist? Why can't he just say the name of the scientist? Why does Ray not say the name of the scientist? Is it perhaps so that we can't inquire with that particular scientist about what the fuck he meant? Like, I'm just curious as to why we're only talking about the scientist.
Poles flipping is not, as it might sound, the sign of impending apocalypse. Why did he say that? Because he suspects that we will see the signs in the sun as just one of the many undeniable signs that we're seeing being fulfilled before our very eyes.
No, that's not what that means. What? No. The reason that he has to say that... Oh, I just hit the wrong button. Fucking hell. The reason he has to say that... Why did I go to that screen? That's weird. The reason he has to say that is because there are paranoid fucks in the world. And every single paranoid fuck in the world with less brain cells than they have hair on their head spends more time freaking out about shit that doesn't matter and buying MRE packs instead of actually saving up for retirement. Said peak professionalism today? Yeah, peak professionalism. I suck at everything that I'm doing. But the reason that people have to say that in articles like that is because people love freaking out about the end of days, the end of the world. They live for that shit. They jerk it to that shit. Said Ray Comfort's godlike stupid to break in the stream. They are. You don't want to stock up on Baker buckets? No, I don't want to stock up on literally all carbs and salt and nothing else. Steampunk says buying MREs is dumb. No, it's not. No. I will challenge you on buying MREs being dumb. 'Cause it's not. As a kid who lived through Hurricane Ivan, and several of the families that were there literally survived almost exclusively off of MREs. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing this this meals ready to eat bad. I will stan MREs. I will stan MREs as I have lived through situations where their usefulness was very, very well known. Are there some MREs better than others? Yes, like the military MREs are better than the weird Doom Prepper ones. They are built to be high in calories, specifically so that you have the energy to get through a day. They are very, very, very tasty. But so it also give hospitals wait, hold on, what? Ray is just like Trump and Matt Walsh. They're really not helping out people that aren't all there and do things like terrorize Target until they took LGBTQ stuff down. Yeah. You like the breakfast omelet and the chili mac MREs? The chili mac MRE slaps. There was also a grilled chicken one that was really good too. Take it from somebody who grew up as a military kid and went through a hurricane where everybody survived off that shit. Nah, I stan MREs. Can you buy military MREs in the US? Yes. Go to a military surplus store.
Include lawlessness, wars and rumors of wars, and nation rising against nation. But as every Bible student knows, the key sign of the end of the age is what's happening in Israel. Over 2,500 years ago,
This is the reason why we talk about people on the fucking conservative side of shit freaking out about Israel all the time. These people desperately need Israel to exist in a state of constant conflict and to exist in this way that it does because it lets them feel like they are getting closer to the apocalypse. I've said that multiple times on stream, and I don't know how many more times I need to say it before it sticks with some people. It is the fantasy of so many people for conflict in Israel to be a thing that is just overflowing because that means that it's a sign of the apocalypse.
The Bible predicted the turmoil that we are seeing unfold in the Middle East, and the book of Ezekiel even names the countries that will come down upon Israel and attack it in the last days. While scientists are saying that signs in the sun are slightly terrifying, the scriptures make it a little more specific. They say that in the last...
No, the scriptures don't make it more specific. They make it very vague. They always have. The only way that it gets, quote, more specific is when you bend it to your rhetoric and will. When you do what a lot of people try to call harmonizing the scriptures, but, like, really, you're just bullshitting it really, really hard because it works really well like that. When you can name a lot of scriptures off your off the top of your head and then combine them together, or, you know, what they call harmonizing them, it makes you sound smart to people who just wax lyrical about the Bible and only the Bible. People who don't have more books in their life and focus almost entirely on the one.
Days there will be distress of nations, and that men's hearts would fail them from fear and the expectation of those things which are coming on the earth. Make sure you watch this video right till the end, when you will hear about the real and unbelievable reason scientists want to understand what's going on in the sun. Watch now as I talk about Bible prophecy to these two interesting men.
Wait,
hold on.
The Bible is...
Hold on, wait. So we just stopped talking about the actual prophecy stuff and just straight up moved into this territory. Okay. Okay. Sure thing. These interesting men, let's go.
By man. If I were to tell you something, and you were to tell somebody else, and somebody else, and somebody else, and let's say we did that for 10 people, what I told you is not going to be the same thing that that 10th person hears. And we did that with the Bible for millions of years.
Do you know the Bible?
God damn it! Is it? So wait, hold on. We don't get to just hear Ray wax lyrical about how the world's going to end soon, and that gets his rocks off. We don't get to just do that. We have to go through this tedium. That's great. I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled we have to go through his freaking just epiphanies out on the street, where he has to do his man-on-the-street interviews with people who don't know what they're talking about either. We can't just get to the end of the video where he talks about the interesting thing. He has to go, look at how good I am at talking with people. Have you heard of a well-made banana? I've heard of one. Said Bible for millions of years. I just had a stronk.
Did what's happening in Israel to the T this present moment. It says in the book of Zechariah, written 2500.
I literally don't give a shit what is said in any of these interviews. I just want to get to what he says about the apocalypse. Why are these interviews even here? They have nothing to do with the video itself. And yet somehow Ray gets 135,000 views on this shit. I'm just gonna start turning on Fortnite and just talking to my audience about random shit and just post that on my channel. No more video responses, no more news, no more politics, no more of any of that. I'm just gonna turn on a video game and I'm just gonna talk about shit I like. And I'm just gonna watch my channel just burn in a fiery eclipse by doing that. But apparently Ray can throw, like, whatever the hell he wants at the wall, and it works. Axo says, sure, yes, do that. Do not tempt me. Do not tempt me. I'm playing it right now. Do not tempt me. So doesn't Matt Powell have a banana in his backyard named Dr. Peel? Yes. And Fortnite has a character named Peely. Coincidence? Ripscott says, do it. Look, you are convincing me, slowly but surely, to morph my channel into one where I just offer random-ass commentary while playing video games. It's your channel, dude. You decide the content for the day. Yeah, but at the same time, my viewers, most of them, would not appreciate me making that particular pivot. Said, well, Ray's audience isn't the brightest bulbs. You think there are bulbs in that audience. You think a single one of them can bloom into anything but a mistake.
For watching that, let's now get back to those scientists and the sun. Vox.com then reveals the real reason scientists are trying to understand what's happening with these signs in the sun. They want to better understand the mysterious interior of the sun, which generates such awe-inspiring shows and could help us understand countless other stars in the universe, and eventually a clue to the ultimate mystery. Why are we here? The so-called ultimate mystery of not knowing why we exist is self-imposed. We don't need to look to signs in the sun to know why we're here. All we have...
Wait, okay, so did the scientist say that, or did the writer at Vox say that? Because we're at this weird juncture where both of those things are happening, but it's not specific on if this is the writer, if this is hyperbole. Like, why is Ray's content so shit? And why is he able to form an audience off of shit content? So I'm sure Vox will be thrilled to be quoted by him. I don't know if they actually care all that much, because, like, so thing is, when you're a news outlet like that, all that truly matters, for the most part, is being able to get your message out. Getting your message out means that you make money, you pay the bills. That's all that truly matters at the end of the day. So I don't know if they care so much that Ray specifically is quoting them. Now, the individual person who made the article may have an opinion or two about that. They may have an opinion or two about that. That opinion's probably not too grand. But Vox themselves as a company, as far as they're concerned, the clicks are the clicks. Probably don't care too terribly much about that. Jordan says, do you want the article? Yeah, if you have the article, send it here. We'll take a look at it. We'll stop listening to Ray. Anything would be better than listening to more of this man. Anything will be better. Just insert every terrible thing the angry video game nerd said that he wants to happen to him instead of playing a bad video game. And that's my opinion when I'm listening to somebody like Ray. Okay, let's take a look at this article. Hold on. I'll sit here and maybe not die. This tent looks safe-ish. All right, what do we got here? The sun's poles are about to flip. All right, let's see here. Life. And with that knowledge could come answers to even bigger questions. Life exists on Earth because of the energy the sun provides, but if the sun was more active, or if Earth's magnetic shield was less powerful, then life would not be possible. So understanding how our star works is a piece of the puzzle to understanding how life arises. Wait, that's... Wait, that's not what he said! Wait, that's not the words that... That's not the words that he said. There we go, hold on. And two, they want to better understand the mysterious interior of the sun, which generates... Why are we here? Okay, so the why are we here is in direct relation to the next part of the article, where they talk about we are here because the sun is able to provide energy and not cook us alive. That's the why. Not why in, like, a philosophical sense. Why in, like, a how the fuck did we manage to luck out with the Goldilocks zone sense. Ray! Ray! Come on, my guy! I want to say you're better than this, but I know that the fuck you're not. I know you're not better than this. I know for a fact you're not. Wait, Ray, you're tuning into an article that says that life came from the sun and not from your god? And what a weird coinky dink. The words Ray said and the words that are in the article are actually fairly incongruous with one another because Ray had to actually omit information. A decent bit of information at that. Said Ray twisting things is so shocking. I know, it's just so shocking. Why would an honest man of God do such a thing? Why would he do that? I can't even believe that a man of God would twist words so thoroughly. I just don't understand it. It feels awful knowing that I live in a world where this horrible thing can happen even to God's strongest soldiers. So do we fit into our environment or does our environment fit us? If evolution is reality, we fit our environment. Yeah, we fit into our environment. Our environment was not built for us. We adapted into our environment. So us looking really, like our environment looking really cool for us is really not all that special. Not really. It's the freaking puddle argument. Was the concrete around the puddle made for the puddle, or did the puddle happen to fit himself really well into the concrete? Yeah, this hole was made for me. Junji Ito would be proud. Oh my god. Said he understands context, he just detests it. This stuff just, it bothers me. It bothers me because it's, not only do we have 8 minutes of the video that don't matter, right? They are functionally not important at all for the context of the video. There's 3 minutes worth of content here. And in that 3 minutes worth of content, what we don't have is an answer to the question. We have, I'm gonna lie about this article. I'm gonna lie about this article real quick with a lie of omission. That's gonna make me look real cool to the kids these days. That's what kids are into, right? Lies of omission. Is that the scans but sisters? Does he just? It's annoying how much he decides to twist it. Yep. It wasn't a scientist that said anything about the apocalypse quote. No, it wasn't even a scientist that said it. It was hyperbole from the part of the actual, like, person making the article. That's fine. Like, hyperbole from the point of the article, that's just writing an entertaining article. That's not what the scientists said. No scientists are quoted in doing this. This is the most unremarkable shit possible. Oy, oy, oy. Said also, if anybody asked which came first, the chicken or the egg was laid by the proto-chicken. Yep. Well, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The answer is the dinosaur. The real answer to that is the dinosaur. All right. That is as far as I'm going on this one. I cannot do any more here. This is just Ray lying through omission to his audience. That is all it is. And unfortunately, based on numbers, that's all it ever has to be. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of whatever the hell this was. Thanks, Ray, for wasting everyone's time. 8 minutes of it being wasted specifically with a bunch of information that didn't matter. Also, Catmaster, thank you for the follow. It's a typical cum fart. Yep. Yep. What do you expect from him, though? What do you really expect from Ray? I would say I expect better, but I know better than that. Anyways, thank you for watching. I know it's videos and their styles are getting much more sporadic these days, so I appreciate every single one of you tuning in to what I am able to do on the channel right now, as I'm putting a lot of my focus in on the Magic channel. But, as always, everybody, thank you very much. Thank you for the fan art. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, that's Batman. Yeah, it's Batman. That's fantastic. It's an end of video tagline here. Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability a Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Red Joker, Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Nixie-chan, the Oberon team, Agamotto, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.